Hey, good morning from Long Island. Yeah. So here's my dad's backyard and garage. I'm originally from Long Island. I left back in 1988 when I joined the Navy. I haven't lived back here since, but I visit often. All right. So let's get into D for decisions. Now, decisions and everything that comes across your life and desk, you have four categories and opportunities to do with these decisions and opportunities. You can decide to do them. You can delegate them, you can delete them, and you can delay them. And I did a solo podcast episode on this because I feel it's so important to talk about the ownership of these decisions. Most of the time, as amazing humans and business owners, we don't have any trouble taking responsibility personally for the things that we decide to do. And we don't necessarily have a problem taking personal responsibility for the things that we delete. Where we have problems is we sometimes pass the buck or give up ownership of the things that we delegate and also the things that we delay, and we're not intentional about it. We delegate things because we don't like it or we don't want to do it, but sometimes we delegate things to the wrong people. They're incapable of actually doing what we need done. Maybe we didn't give them the proper training. Maybe they're just the wrong fit to delegate a task, an opportunity, or something to. So the delegation, as painful as it is if someone lets you down, as painful as it is if you feel betrayed because, hey, I paid you to do this or I paid you to do that, and it doesn't get done. And I see this a lot of times, unfortunately, in the digital marketing space. And no shade, I'm not calling anyone else, but there are people who will go on there and they'll call themselves different things and they'll give themselves titles and experiences. And actually, they're just not able to complete it. And that's okay. It would be my role as the person who delegated to another person. It's my responsibility. Now, it doesn't get them off the hook if they don't complete what they're supposed to do. And if they don't do the job, they still have to take responsibility for not doing it. But it is my responsibility, the fact that I delegated it. And I kind of have a recent story. It's going to be on a podcast soon around this whole concept. The other thing is delay. A lot of times we have a decision to make or something to do, and we delay making the decision, or we say, oh, I'll decide what to do with that later. But we're not intentional about it. We allow ourselves to run around like chickens with a head cut off, and we're like, oh, circumstances, I just didn't get to that today. Well, I want to challenge you that when you delay something, you make it an intentional delay. Something comes across, and you say, you know what? I need 3 or 4 days to look at that to make a decision. And then you intentionally calendar it. How you calendar it is up to you. Put it in your phone, put it on a piece of paper. I don't care. But the thing is that you're intentionally just delaying making the decision until you have maybe all the information that you need, or you have to talk to somebody. My dad's flowers are pretty. So, it's one of those things where you have to take that intentional action to delay something, and you don't let circumstances, get in the way of making a decision. You don't let circumstances delay your choices, because when you do that, again, you're giving up that ownership and you get to be in charge of everything. It is so empowering to own these delegations and own these delays, because it gives you that big sense of having not only just some control over things, but it gives you a big feeling of having an overarching 30,000-foot view of what's going on in your world and you being responsible for all of it. It's amazing. Do circumstances happen? Yes. Do you get to navigate those circumstances? Yes. You get to navigate them by the choices and decisions that come in front of you. You can do them, delegate them, delay them, delete them. Take care.